Well, it's certainly creative, said Augusta. I'll give you that. For me, it's usually just me naked in front of a classroom. Tanis nodded. They were both sitting beside trees, looking out through the habitat's transparent roof to the stars beyond. Tanis stroked the flat palladium ring on his index. The other members of their lance were minding their own business through morning affairs. So let me get this straight, Augusta added. A donut? Yes, Tanis answered. And everyone was living on it? Inside it. The land was on the interior. No stalls, no space. All of it enclosed. Inventive. Tanis stood, disregarding the dream for what it was. Felt so real, he added. There was a train. The technology was inconsistent. It doesn't matter. I'm hungry. What are you two talking about? Caden interjected as he approached the two men. He had a dream about living in a donut, Augusta joked. We'd all want that. Personally, I'd rather live inside a meatball sandwich. Let's finish the job, and then we can head home. After breakfast, the 5 men approached their crutches, powered exoskeletons with various additional limbs and weapons. Augusta's crutch sported a pair of secondary arms that flexed when he climbed inside. The model Tanis had crawled into was more of a straightforward augmented variant that boosted reflexes. Devon's and Sloane's were identical, with the notable difference that Devon was a scrim and Sloane was the only woman in the group. The squad continued their journey through the domed habitat. The artificial lights above were increasing in brightness, simulating dawn. Various distant animals could be heard waking with morning calls. From atop the hill they had been perched upon, the squad could see the distant edge of the dome a dozen kilometers away. They marched in a line down the hill, across a field of tall grass, beside a waterfall that ran water through a creek before cascading off another edge in front of them. The group stopped as Tanis stepped closer to the cliff edge. Below him, he noticed the reinforced artificial construction holding this upper-level stable and the water falling to mist as it fell a kilometer towards the level below them. Across the expanse, the landscape at this level continued into a forest and distant hills. What is it you see? Caden asked. A lake? Drop off, Tanis responded. Caden approached the edge and noted the second level of land beneath them and the rigid supports holding their level up. Why can't anything be normal? Caden whispered. We're on an alien spacecraft, Tanis replied. Scabs! Devon shouted with a point. The team immediately took to cover. Tanis and Caden returned to the group. Devon whispered over his radio, I see 2 scrappers and a reaver. Scouts, Augusta interjected. We got a hive. Tanis brought up his sniper weapon and peered through the scope. He caught sight of the giant insects clad in porcupine-like armor down the next hill. One was floating upon a cushion of jet exhaust, while the others stalked through the grass. You got the duty, Sloane, Caden ordered. Bring it down. Sloane was enclosed in a much larger shell, a colossal rig with a missile pack on her shoulder. She locked on the 3 targets, opened her weapon, and launched a salvo.